What if the best 400 meters hurdler in the world just decided to walk away from the event forever? That is exactly what Femke Bol just told us. On February 28, 2026, the Dutch track and field star said there is a good chance she will never run the 400 meters hurdles again. Not next season, not at the next Olympics, maybe never. And honestly, a lot of people think this could be the biggest mistake of her career. Now, let me explain why this is such a big deal. Femke Bol is the reigning world champion in the 400 meters hurdles. She is one of the best to ever do it. Her name has been right up there with Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone for years. These two have been going back and forth in one of the most exciting rivalries in all of track and field. Every time they stepped on the track, fans around the world tuned in. It was special. And now, that rivalry is over, just like that. Bol made this announcement while she was at her training camp in Stellenbosch. She was not shy about it either. She made it very clear that this is not a break. This is not a pause. This is a long-term commitment to move permanently to the 800 meters. She is done with the hurdles, and she is moving on to middle-distance running. And here is the thing. She is not just talking about it. She is already doing it. Bol recently ran her very first 800 meters race indoors, and she absolutely shocked everyone. She ran a time of 1 minute, 59.07 seconds. That is not just fast. That broke the Dutch national indoor 800 meters record on her debut. Her very first time racing that distance, and she already owns the national record. That is insane. But here is where things get tricky. The 800m is a completely different beast compared to the 400m hurdles. It is not just about running fast. It is about endurance. It is about being able to hold a strong pace for 2 full laps. The training is way more focused on aerobic fitness. That means long runs, tempo work, and building up a kind of engine that the 400 meters hurdles does not really need. Bol knows this, and she is fully embracing it. She is putting in the hard, grueling work that middle-distance running demands. So why would she leave an event where she is literally the best in the world? According to Bol herself, she needed a new challenge. She has won world championships. She has run some of the fastest times in history. At some point, even the best athletes feel like they have done everything they can in one event. For Bol, that moment has come. She wants to test herself in a way she has never been tested before. Now, she did admit that this whole transition is scary. She is leaving an event where she is on top of the world and jumping into something with no guarantees. The 800m has its own elite runners. The competition is fierce, and just because you are great at one event does not mean you will be great at another. But here is what really stands out. Bol said she is no longer afraid of failing on the track. That is powerful. Most athletes would never leave an event where they are dominant because they fear what might happen if they try something new. Bol is the opposite. She has accepted that she might struggle, that the results might not come right away, and she is okay with that. Still, you have to wonder, is this the right move? She is walking away from one of the greatest rivalries in modern track and field. Her battles with Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone were matchups that only come around once in a generation. Fans lived for those races. Every championship, every time they lined up, the whole world was watching. And now that is gone. For McLaughlin-Levrone, this changes things too. Without Bol in the field, the 400 meters hurdles loses a huge part of what made it exciting. Yes, there are other great athletes, but nobody pushed McLaughlin-Levrone the way Bol did. Their rivalry brought out the best in both of them and made the event must-watch every single time. Can Femke Bol actually become a world-class 800-meter runner? Her debut says yes. Breaking a national record on your first try is not normal. That tells you she has serious talent for the distance. But talent alone is not enough. The 800 meters requires years of specific training to reach the very top. She is starting that process now, but she is going up against women who have been running this event their entire careers. The other thing to keep in mind is that Bol is making this move during the prime of her career. She is not doing this at the end, when she has nothing left to prove.